Around the world ticket?
One ways.
Around the world ticket?
One ways.
Around the world
One
ticket?
ways.
Around the
One
world
ways.
ticket? Around
One
the world
ways.
ticket?
Can't decide! The most confusing and frustrating part about planning your around the world adventure is figuring out how you're gonna get from place to place. At least that's how it was for me. Here are 5 questions to ask yourself in order to determine whether one ways or an around the world ticket is the best option for you.
You know exactly where you want to go and you don't plan on changing your route. You have an idea of the places you want to visit, but you like to travel spontaneously and you know that your plans could change at any time.
With a round the world ticket, you need to decide on your route ahead of time. So if you have your travel plan set in stone, a round the world ticket may not be the best bang for your buck. If you choose a round the world ticket and you make some route changes, it's gonna cost you, and it's gonna cost you quite a bit. If you have the travel time and you're not someone who likes to plan ahead, then having the flexibility to make changes if you need to is very important. And therefore, choosing one-way tickets may be the best option for you.
Your plan is to travel in one direction across the world. You plan to go back and forth between countries.
A round the world ticket is a great option if you're only traveling in one direction into a handful of countries. For me, I was in India last year for a few months, and then I went to Southeast Asia, and then I missed India because I loved it so much and decided to go back. If I would have done this on a round the world ticket, it would have cost me a lot of money. Round the world tickets don't let you backtrack without paying a fee. So even if there's a slight chance that you'll be traveling back and forth between countries, a round the world ticket is probably not the best option for you.
You plan on traveling for a while to many countries. You plan on traveling for a while, but only to a few countries.
An around the world ticket can cost a lot of money, especially if you're going on a long and complex trip. If you're on a tight budget and hitting a lot of countries, then one-way tickets may be significantly cheaper than a round the world ticket. I would suggest building an estimate. Even if you have a rough idea of where you want to go, or you know exactly where you want to go to a website like kayak.com or Skyscanner and see how much it would cost you to take one-way tickets. Then compare that to an around the world ticket. So for me last year, when I was planning my around the world trip, I saved $2,500 Canadian by going with one-way tickets versus an around the world ticket. I made the decision to go with one-ways by building an estimate before my trip, which actually turned out to be pretty accurate. There are some pretty awesome budget airlines out there, and if you look, you can find some really good deals on one-way tickets. But on the other hand, you may be saving a lot of money by buying an around the world ticket. So building an estimate is key.
You don't mind spending a little extra for someone to book all of your flights for you so you don't have to go through all of the hassle. You'd rather book your own flights if that means you're going to save money.
Most around the world tickets need to be purchased through a travel agent, which puts a little bit of extra on the original cost. Going through a travel agent means you don't have to go through the hassle of booking it all on your own. Sometimes it's worth paying for someone else to handle all of the not so fun parts of travel. But if you're willing to spend maybe a couple extra hours in the internet cafe or on the phone, you can get some pretty great one-way deals.
You're someone who likes to get to their destination in as little time as possible. You don't mind spending more time traveling if it means you're gonna save money.
If you have the time and the patience, getting around on different modes of transportation can be really exciting and can save you a lot of money. So also take that into consideration when you're deciding between one-ways and around the world ticket. The number one worry of buying one-way tickets is the reality that you could get turned away from entering a country. Why? Because some countries will not let you in unless you have proof that you are leaving. Here are some precautions you can take to avoid being turned away from entering a country. Print out bank statements and itineraries and bring them with you. Get all of your visas before you travel if possible. Always fill out an address on the immigration card, even if that's not the address that you're actually going to. Be extra polite and smile to the officials. In the worst case scenario, you'll be told you can't enter the country without an ongoing ticket. In this case, purchase a refundable ticket to a neighboring country. Then once you get into the country you want to get into, you can get your money back. If an around the world ticket seems like it would better suit you, I would suggest looking into Star Alliance, Airtrex, and British Airways. But before you purchase an around the world ticket, make sure you read the rules and regulations. Don't forget to press the little button there that says subscribe, because every Thursday I will be putting up a new episode of So You Want to Travel the World. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or you want your travel topic covered in an upcoming episode, leave a comment in the box below. See you next week!